guys, and welcome back to my podcast where we talk about all things weight loss. If this is your first time here, my name is Paulina. I got the gastric sleeve gastrectomy surgery, weight loss surgery on August 1st, 2019, and I am 142 pounds down. I just hit my 1 year mark. On this episode, I have Stacy. She goes by Stacy Birdsong _ VSG, which I'll put her info right here. She is 3 years post-op from surgery. She got her surgery done in Mexico. She's 106 pounds down. We talked about so many different things. We talked about mind struggle. We talked about how she got her gallbladder out after VSG, her family support, and how she's maintaining her weight loss now being 3 years post-op. Please remember that you can download this episode on the Anchor app. You can download it and you can plug it into your car and listen to it, or you can watch it here on YouTube. Thank you guys so much and keep on listening. Let's just start with a little bit about yourself, maybe when you got surgery, all the good stuff.
Okay, I got surgery on August 21st, 2017 in Mexico.
Okay.
On the Texas-Mexico border.
Okay.
I can't really say the name, like Piedras Negras, I think is how you pronounce it.
I don't know. Okay.
But yeah, it's like a little west of San Antonio.
Mm-hmm.
I went there by myself, but my husband wasn't able to go. We had 3 kids, a 12-year-old and 2 8-year-olds.
Oh, cool.
So
Are they twins?
Yes, twins.
I'm like, wait, are they twins? I went to San Antonio last year. It's so pretty there. We went because my little brother, he's he's in band. He's in marching band out here, and they had a huge competition in San Antonio in October, November, something like that. It's
I used
beautiful.
to be in band. We used to compete.
It's so pretty.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I went to Mexico almost 3 years ago. I've lost 106 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah, I fluctuate a couple pounds here and there, and been trying to maintain the best way I can.
Yeah, and that's one of the main questions. Like when I put the question thing on Instagram, it's like maintain. How are you doing maintaining? I mean, obviously you're maintaining it. So how has it been? Like, when did you hit your goal weight? Like around what time?
Well, my goal weight. So I started at 234 pounds.
Okay.
And my goal weight was 150.
Okay.
And I hit that 5 months out.
Wow. How tall are you?
5'6".
Okay.
So I hit that 5 months out, and then I was good there.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to stop, but I just kept going. And that's what the doctor said, that like your body knows where it should be, and it will kind of level out and you'll stop losing. And it kept coming off then, and then I think about 9 months out I stopped losing, and I haven't really lost or gained anything ever since. Yeah.
So what's your weight right now?
I stay between 128 and 130.
Okay.
If I see 131, 132, I am like flipping the script and I'm changing what I'm doing, because I'm not like.
Yeah, I know. It's so scary once you get down to, your weight, and as soon as you start seeing it rise, it's a terrifying thing when you've been overweight. It's a struggle, Yeah. I know. I'm kind of going through that with myself. Like I just hit a year mark. I'm 160 and I'm 5'4". In my head, and I read this thing the other day, in my head I envisioned, okay, so I was 304, right? My goal weight, I said 150, and then I said 140. And it's weird because I look at myself sometimes and I see myself as too skinny, and then other times I wake up and I'm like, no, you need to lose weight. And it's so weird. Like, I think it's your mind playing tricks on you. And then I also struggle with a lot of loose skin. Do you struggle with that?
Not too bad.
Yeah. And I think that's why. If I didn't have the stomach loose skin and I was 150, I'm like, you know what I mean? I would be good. I'd be like, okay, I'm good. But it's a lot. So that's the struggle now, you know? Yeah.
I don't really have like loose skin. My stomach already was wrinkled up. And my pregnancies. So that's really my main problem area that one day I might get fixed.
Yeah. But it's not anything that, you don't think that it's anything that weighs like a lot.
No, not
Yeah.
really. Not for me. Sometimes, but it's not enough that like, not like it was before with the weight.
Yes, I know. It's crazy. I mean, everyone's skin is different, you know? I've seen girls, and it's hard because I feel like I always say, don't compare yourself, but it's hard because you see girls that are 300 pounds like I was, and then they're 150 and they have like, I'm not gonna say no loose skin, but they're able to wear like a cute 2-piece, you know what I mean? And maybe like a little bit higher and it looks good versus with me, I can't do that. I mean, I could if I wanted to, you know, like a lot of people.
No, I'm still super self-conscious and kind of more of a modest person where I'm like, I know the flaws and I feel like everyone else is looking at them too.
Yeah.
So
even though they're probably not, you know, it's just us. We're like hard on ourselves, I feel. Yeah, for sure. Someone asked, why did you decide to go through the surgery? Like, did you try a bunch of diets before? Like, what was your final straw?
Yeah, definitely did all the diets out there. Even I never was overweight, I don't think, like in school. But I was always kind of a little more on the chunky side. I had meat on my bones.
Yeah.
But then once I had my son, I mean, he was like almost a 10-pound baby. And
Oh, wow.
Like 60 pounds with him.
Okay.
And ever since having him, it took forever to try to lose any of the weight. And I would do the little diets and it would come off 30 pounds after so long. And then I would just gain it all right back. And, then finally, after doing all that, like my husband, I told him about it probably 2 years before he actually finally was okay with it. He's like, oh, heck no, you're not doing that. You can do it the old fashioned way, hard work. I'm like, okay. So we did it together and he lost quite a bit of weight. I did nothing and I cried. And so finally, after my doctor was on Snapchat and you could follow him and he like went through all of his surgeries through the day and really could see what he was about. And after following him for about a year, my husband finally was like, all right, yeah, I guess you can do it.
Yeah.
And so finally I don't know. I was just sick of always having to go up and down and
down. Yeah. So your twins are younger?
Yeah, they just turned 8 Sunday.
Okay. So did you gain a lot of weight with them?
No, I only gained 17 pounds with them.
What? That's crazy. Because I heard you saying about your first one, and I'm like, wait, I think she's talking about, the single one and then the twins. That's crazy.
Yeah, bigger.
Yeah.
Like 60 with my first, and then only like 17 pounds with my girls. So their weight, all that pretty much came off as soon as they left my body.
That's crazy. You see, our bodies are I don't know. It does what it wants to do. It's so crazy. So, yeah, and then you kind of touched on it, but family support. So your husband was not for it in the beginning. And I think a lot of people, even when I wanted to get it and stuff, no one ever said, like, don't do that. They were just kind of like, they didn't know the info on it. You know what I mean? So it was like more like, I had to kind of tell them more about it. Like kind of like how you did. Like you showed him the videos and all of that. Yeah. So it took like how long for him to be like on board?
For like a whole year.
Really?
Yes. He had to like really, I don't know, get there with it. He was so against it. And now after losing all the weight and seeing how I've changed, like he now says he wished he would have, said I could do it a whole lot.
Yeah.
Sorry that I made you wait a whole year.
Yeah.
Get my mind right with it. So yeah, it took him a while. And then other family, some was okay with it. A lot of them was like not.
Are you do you have siblings? Are you only child? You have siblings?
I have 2 brothers. I'm in the middle.
Okay.
And I don't really remember what they had to say about it. I came out to everybody with it on my YouTube. Like
okay.
How I announced it.
So after or before?
Before I did the surgery.
Okay.
Yeah. So like whenever my husband said it's a go And I think I already had it scheduled. I made my first video and put it on YouTube, and that's how pretty much a lot of my family found out.
Really?
And out that I was going to be going to Mexico to do it. So that was a whole nother.
Yeah, that's a whole other, I know. And people, like, I don't know if you saw my video a couple weeks ago, but yeah, Nancy, she got it in Mexico too. And it was kind of like, and I'll ask you more about your experience too, but with her, they didn't really give her info beforehand. She had to learn everything on her own. Like, she said that she woke up and she started drinking out of a straw. She didn't know she couldn't. And yeah, and she immediately obviously felt pain. And then the nurse was like, you can't be drinking out of a straw. And I thought that was insane. Like, how was it for you? Did you have to do classes or anything, or?
Mine was completely laid out. Like, whenever
That's awesome.
Everything, he sent a whole entire package of
like
such a care package and a book that lays out the whole process.
Yeah.
Like, word for word, and it actually went to a T of what he has in that book. And before the surgery, like 2 days before the surgery, we met with him and his team of doctors, and they went through all the pre-op stuff, what we're going to do. We had to take post-op class too, and he talked about vitamins. He talked about the medicine we would
That's awesome. See, and I love to hear these positive stories, because I feel like Mexico gets such a bad, like, rep. I'm really close to the border too. I'm like about an hour from the border. My family lives in San Diego, but and a lot of people go over there to get the surgery, because sometimes your insurance doesn't cover it, or, you know, whatever the situation might be. And there's a lot of bad rep when it comes to going down there.
There is. Well, and that it too, it does have, there are some bad doctors.
Yeah, of course. Like there is here, you know.
You got to do your research.
Exactly.
And that's what, you know, we tried telling different people when they'd say, like, oh my God, you're going to Mexico. I'm like, we're not just going on a whim. Like,
like you've done your research. Yeah.
And I mean, even now I'm in his group on Facebook, and I have his personal cell phone number and email.
Oh, wow.
I still talk to him, and he
see, that's cool, because I don't even talk to mine anymore.
Oh, really?
No, the last time I saw him was my 6-month post-op. And that was the last time. In order for me to be able, I mean, I could pay to see him because it was through my insurance. I could pay to see him, but those little appointments were like 5 minutes long. Like, you'd walk in, they would weigh you, and like I was on it. So he was just like, cool, like you're dropping a lot of weight, you know, see you next time. And I feel maybe it would have been different. Like if I wasn't losing weight, then we would create a plan and stuff, but they were 5 minutes. So I was like, why am I going to pay? And it was like over $100 to be seen again for 5 minutes. I was like, I don't think it's necessary, you know? So I saw him up until 6 months, and that's it. And I know I've seen a lot of people that go to Mexico and stuff, they have more of like a relationship bond with their doctors, because then they keep up with them.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Doctor, he sets up reunions every year.
That's cool.
In Tennessee, so a lot of his patients will go to Tennessee. Last year, it was at the Elvis Presley place in Memphis. It was in Memphis.
Yeah.
But we got to like go, and you could be around all of his other patients, and they like try to figure out how much weight.
Did you go to that?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. So we got to meet a lot of other people through the years. Like there was people there like 10 years out, and there was people that was coming to see him for pre-op too.
That's really cool.
He put on seminars and stuff. So he is like a really, really good doctor.
And that inspires you to like, you know what I mean? If you know, because you said it's yearly. Like if you wanted to go, it was yearly.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's cool.
Looking to do the surgery can go and listen to his seminars and stuff. So it was a neat experience to get to go do that.
That's awesome. I feel like he puts in a lot of effort to, you know, to make you feel comfortable and stuff to want to go. Yeah, that's really cool. So what about like, so you said, so everyone found out on YouTube. So did you get like negative stuff from your family? I know you said they kind of like freaked out about Mexico and stuff, but did you get more negative or positive?
More positive.
Okay.
Now, what might have been said, you know, for me, you know, may be different, but seemingly good things was said.
Yeah. That's how I feel. I feel like, I don't know, no one's really said anything negative to me, like in my face, but who knows what they say behind, you know what I mean? But I don't care. Whatever.
Yeah, I don't care either. I mean, that's what we that's where my mind was. I'm like, this is what I'm doing. I'm grown. I mean, I'm sorry if you don't like it.
Yeah, it's gonna affect you. It's your life. It's what you're gonna do. I don't understand why people get so caught up in how you feel and stuff. They don't know how you feel. They don't know the struggles. You know what I mean? I mean, literally dieting, like yo-yo dieting forever, it's so overwhelming. It's I did it for so long, and I wish I would have done it younger, like my surgery. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
I know. Some this girl wrote me yesterday, today. She's 19 and she's gonna get it, and I'm like, if I would have gotten this at 19, like that would have been insane. Like my 20s would have been completely different. I mean, everything happens for a reason, you know? I really believe in that. But at 19, like she's going to do it so young, you know what I mean? And experience all of this so young. It's cool.
There was a couple of girls at the reunion last year that was like 15 and 16 did it. Yeah. And
Nancy that I had, she was 16 when she got it. I was like, what? That's crazy.
Yeah, and to see her now, she looks so good and completely different. Like you could just see the pictures when she posts before and afters. Like she's just so much happier, and I think it's just awesome.
Exactly.
That young, and she has so much more to look forward to instead of all the ups and downs that comes with doing.
Yeah, that's crazy. Because here, can you do it that young here in the States?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Even I don't even think you could do it even if you had a parent sign off or anything. I haven't heard of anyone here do it that young. In Mexico, yeah.
Yeah.
But not here.
Sure.
That's crazy. Did you work out? Like, do you work out now? Did you work out? When did you start? No?
I don't really work out much.
I mean, that's fine because
I need to really bad. I like to do yoga now, really.
That's good.
I don't want to do it, but I'm like, I can't do all this. You got to use a lot of body weight, and that was a lot of weight to hold up.
Yeah.
But now I do like to do yoga. But I think while I was losing, I just walked a lot.
Yeah.
We travel a lot with my husband's job, so getting in a gym, being able to, get a membership and all that, it's hard whenever you're on the road.
It's hard.
So we just do like little home workouts when I
work out. How's everything over there right now? Is everything closed or no?
Pretty much, I guess. I mean, the store stuff is open, but you
like the gyms and stuff are closed?
No, they are open back up, I believe.
Okay. Yeah, we in California, where I'm at, they opened them for like a month, the gyms, and then they closed them again. I have a personal trainer, and she does it at home, so it's worked out for me. But like my husband, he goes to the gym, and he literally got so excited, he went for like 2 weeks, and then they closed it again. So it's like, it's crazy. It's all insane. This year's been crazy.
Yes, it has.
I know. So maintaining it, do you meal prep? Like in the year mark, were you on your protein and all of that, or how did you, like what did your day by day look like?
Pretty different really every day. I get bored, so I don't meal prep.
Me too. I get bored.
The same stuff every day. I get bored, and that makes me want to eat stuff that I shouldn't be eating.
Yes.
So really every day kind of looks different. I haven't been able ever since, I don't know why, but ever since I've had surgery, I can't do the liquid protein anymore.
Really?
It makes me so sick.
So you don't do any protein shakes?
Very little. I mean, I do protein bars, and then I try to eat meat, good meat, and seafood, shrimp, stuff like that. So I need to really track it just to see where I am hitting that every day.
But it's working. I mean, you're maintaining your weight, so it's working. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. I mean, I still stay pretty low carb. I mean, I kind of did like a carb cycle my whole way through.
Okay.
Because I've just felt like my body needed some carbs to.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would do some high carb days, and then I'd go down and do some low carb days. And a lot of times I would drop a few pounds a week by doing that. And that's pretty much what I do now. I mean, I eat pretty much whatever I want. And then a lot of people don't agree with this, but I have to weigh myself every morning.
Okay.
It keeps me accountable.
Yeah.
So if I weigh and I'm up a few pounds, then I know I must have, ate too many carbs that day before or something. And so then that day I'll do pretty much low carb.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, maintaining is freaking hard though.
I feel like that's honestly losing the weight. I mean, even right now, I'm telling you, I don't know if I want to lose more weight or not. I literally wake up one day and I'm like, I want to lose another 10 pounds. And then I wake up the next day and I'm like, no, thank you. Like, it just goes back and forth, and that's hard. But then also, like, I haven't lost weight. So I just hit my 12 months. I haven't lost weight in the last 2 months. Yeah. Cause I dropped my weight pretty fast. I mean,
Yeah.
I lost my first 100 pounds in, like, I think it was the first 4 or 5 months. Like, it was crazy. And then after that, it was weird because the last 40 pounds I feel were more dramatic than my first 100, if that makes sense. Like, I noticed it more in my clothes and stuff.
Right. Yeah.
100 is a big deal, but it was crazy because I saw pictures of myself at 100, losing 100. I was still 204, obviously, it's 100 pounds. I was still overweight. But I don't know. It's now I'm like, am I trying to maintain or lose? But it's like a really weird place that I'm at. And then even trying to maintain, it's kind of hard. Because, yeah, I get on the scale. I did weigh myself every single day, and I stopped. I'm doing it every week now. But then I'll see like a pound gain. And then I'm like, okay. And then I know what I need to do. And you know what I mean? It just goes back and forth. It's so weird.
Yeah.
It's a struggle.
It is. I was just fixing to say it is a struggle, and then this far out, it's a mind struggle. Which, I mean, it's been that way the whole time. But like letting yourself, have a sweet or whatever you're craving.
Have you experienced dumping syndrome?
No, I don't think. I mean, I threw up a couple times, but it's because I had a bite too many, and it would not go down. And I was just like, I got to get it out.
Does that still happen now? At, like, you're 3 years out. Do you still feel that restriction in your tummy or no?
I do for sure.
Okay.
Yes. I know I've heard a lot of people, and every doctor, I think, makes the size of your stomach different.
Yeah.
A lot of people like, oh, I'm a year or 2 years out and I don't really feel the restriction. But me, I mean, I feel my restriction a lot. And I know when to stop because, like, I'll feel it, right here. And sometimes I'll try to fit in another bite and it'll hurt, or go down and I'll just have to spit it out.
With me, it's weird because, like, it's certain foods that, like, I was talking about this in my other podcast with popcorn. Popcorn, it was so funny because, like, I remember my pre-op classes, they told me to avoid popcorn, but I love popcorn. And a lot of people I know eat it. But for some reason, I don't feel any restriction when I eat popcorn. I could probably eat so much of it versus when I eat, like, let's say I'm eating chicken and vegetables or whatever. Oh, I feel a restriction really fast. So, and that's why they say, like, snacking, you need to be careful because that's how you gain your weight back.
Right.
You know?
I could put away some popcorn too. Like, girls just had popcorn last night and I was like, oh my God, I could smell it. Yeah. No, just don't, because I could, like, take half the bag and probably eat it.
Yeah, it's so crazy. Like, I could literally eat it forever. And with regular food, I can't. So, because sometimes I'm like, where's my restriction? And then some days I feel it more than I do on other days.
You get more in, and then other days you can't fit as much in.
It could be the exact same meal.
Yes.
And I can eat it one day and the next day I eat half. So I'm just like, wait, what? Like, it's so weird. It's so crazy to go through that, because you're like, wait, I just ate this yesterday. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I cannot eat as much.
Yeah.
I don't ever really measure anything. Like, I've gotten good to where I can kind of just see it on my plate to know, okay, that I should be able to eat all that. And I did that for a while, and I was like, I just wonder if I'm still eating, my right amount of size. Like, I don't eat no more than like 4 or 5 ounces.
Yeah.
So I weighed it for about a week, and I was like, oh, well, okay, I am doing good still then. Because I was like, God, I hope I'm not eating too much. But I mean, the restriction's still there. I'm still fitting in that same amount that I was, pretty early on.
So you you already know how to measure without that little scale. Cause yeah, I have the scale, but you know what, when I go to restaurants and stuff, yeah, I'm not going to take my scale and be like, hold on, you know, I literally do it. And I feel like the habits of the year are like a natural thing now where you're just doing, you know what I mean? You're naturally doing it now versus having to have it. Yeah.
Right.
What tips do you have? Like, let's say like, I don't know, someone that barely got surgery, what tips would you have for them?
That's just fresh out.
I know. It seems so far away, huh?
No, I'm trying to think. Like my in-laws, they just had it like 6 weeks ago, and
Both
so they like
two
yes,
people?
yes,
Oh, wow.
her and her husband, and so they went and did it all together, and they've been like asking me, and I'm like, oh my
Did
god.
they go to Mexico too?
No, they had it done here.
Okay.
Locally. But yeah, like I stopped recording on my YouTube, and I wish I hadn't. Like
Yeah.
I was all shy and self-conscious because of the weight, and I wish now I would have kept doing the updates because they
Yes, I know. I didn't start till 6 months post-op, and I'm so mad. I wish I would have done it since the beginning, you
I
know?
don't remember. They asked me different stuff like, "What was it like?" And I'm like, "Oh,
I don't know.
I don't remember."
Do you remember the surgery day? Like waking up and how you felt and all of that, or no?
Oh yeah, yeah. I was good until um I was laying on the bed. Like they um came to my room, and that was whenever they was kind of giving me the anesthesia then.
Yeah.
And I was like starting to get super nervous because I was there alone.
Yeah.
And they're like, it's okay, you know, you're fixing to just take a really good nap. And she told me to count back from 10, and I think I got to 8. And
Yeah.
I just went to sleep, and then I woke up. And right before that, I was like, oh my God, what am I fixing to do?
Yeah.
What am I doing? And I woke up, and it was all good. I never really had much pain. Like they stayed
How
right
many
on
days did you have to stay?
3 total, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Or 4 days total. We was there a day or two before, and then the day of, and then 2 days after. Yeah.
Okay.
So he was there right on top of everything, checking on us, and it was good. Like
That's awesome.
I was ready to get back home after that, though. At that
Yeah.
point, I was there by myself. I'm like, I'd just rather be home where I can recover at home. And
For sure. How long were you on liquids for?
before,
Did you have to be on liquids after?
yes, it was like a whole month before I could eat solid food.
Yeah, that's how I was. And I hear people that are like, it was a couple of days, it was a week. Well, mine was supposed to be a week, but then he moved me on to the next thing, and I ate an egg, and it grossed me out really bad.
Yeah.
So guess what? I stopped kind of drinking water because I was so grossed out, and I had to go back to the hospital for like 5 days. And then he put me back on liquid, and I was on liquid for like 6 weeks. And I'm like, I feel like that's why I lost so much weight. Like my first month, it was like 35 pounds or something. And I mean, I was only drinking liquid. I wasn't eating anything, you know? So
yeah, we had a 1 week of clear liquid after, and then it went 2 weeks of like protein shakes.
yeah.
And that was when it started like making me sick.
Mm.
I don't remember what I had to do at that point. I think I might have just sucked it down and dealt with the nausea.
Yeah.
And it went to the soft food. And then
did you try different ones, or was it like a specific one made you sick, or you tried different ones and they still made you sick?
drank the Premier and the pre-mixed ones. Those were always what tasted good to me. Like I've tried before the powdered stuff, but I'm a texture person. I feel like I can always taste that little grainy stuff.
Oh yeah, me too.
So I don't know what it was about the protein. I can handle them pretty well now. I do. I still drink them every now and then. But yeah, I mean, it was a while. I was glad to get on regular food.
Yeah.
But then 2 months after my gallbladder went out. So
a lot of people go through that. I got my gallbladder out beforehand, like years before. But I know a lot of people have to get their gallbladder out after VSG.
Yes, it was so bad. Like I literally thought I was gonna die.
Oh my gosh.
it was about a whole month before I was able to get it out. And of course, my husband then was like, I knew it. You should have never done it.
Oh my gosh.
Did the surgery. It's because of the surgery. And I was like, oh my God, I've had problems with my gallbladder in the past, but nothing too serious.
Yeah.
But like, I couldn't keep nothing down. I was steadily throwing up, losing a whole lot of weight. Like, I lost a lot of weight that month.
Oh my gosh.
And then all the hospitals here in the States, in Texas, would not take it out for me unless I was like running fever. Like, I had a whole checklist that I had to be doing. And he's like, she's literally laying on the couch dying. Like, this needs to come out.
Yeah, like, what more do they need? Yeah, because I was really sick too. I was throwing up and everything. It was bad because I would go through like episodes or whatever, and it was bad. Yeah, I remember that clearly.
He ended up calling the weight loss doctor in Mexico and told him what was going on. And he's like, bring her here now. So we took off across Texas, and he dropped me off at the border, and I stayed in Mexico then for a whole week.
Oh, wow.
He took my gallbladder out for me.
Oh, he did it too?
Yes, he took it out.
Oh my gosh, the fact that they wouldn't do it where you're at, that's ridiculous. That's crazy.
And that's what I told him. He's like, she's got to get this thing out. She's not good. And he said, well, just bring her here. We'll get Rosie to pick her up in San Antonio, and we'll get it out, and she can stay as long as she needs to until she is recovered.
Oh my gosh. Well, that's a blessing. That's good that happened, because if not, I forgot what we were talking about. What were we talking about? I don't remember. But let's go into hair loss. Did you experience hair loss in your journey?
Yes. I did. A lot. Like, my hair used to be down to like the middle of my back, almost down to my
really?
waist.
You chopped it off? I did too. I chopped my hair off.
I think it started about 3, maybe 4 months post-op.
Yeah.
I started washing my hair, and at first
I was 4. Yeah.
It was. And I thought it was just the regular shedding, because I would always lose hair in the shower some. But it like come out in clumps, and brushing it would more, and then blow drying it'd be more.
I know.
Like, I have pretty thick hair, but whenever it started coming out up here, it was like so thin. I've never seen my hair thin. I was freaking out. So I chopped it, and it's growing back. It's a little thicker than
mine's growing back too. I have a lot of like baby hairs on top now, and like I try to straighten it, and it's like popping up. But yeah, I lost it around 4 months too. How long did it last, do you think?
I think a few months. Probably about a good 3 months, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I color it also, so that didn't help either on killing my hair. But I do have new growth, thankfully. And I'm glad I had thick hair to begin with, because I feel like I was going to be bald.
I know. Yeah, I struggled with it too. Did you use any specific like shampoo or anything, or you just did the same and just kind of waited it out?
Yeah, my regular salon type.
Well, yeah, 'cause you have the blonde hair, so you have to. Yeah, my sister's like blonde, like platinum blonde, so she always has to have like all these fancy shampoos. Yeah, I grew my hair out. Like, I haven't had this is my natural hair color. I haven't had it in so long, and I always wanted to go light, and I remember my hair wouldn't turn light because I always had like a color on it, you know? And the other day I have like a strand somewhere, I don't know where it's at. She's like, hold on, and she ran upstairs and got like some bleach to see. She's like, I want to see what color your hair is gonna turn, because it's all natural. But I was like, I don't want to deal with that right now. Like, growing it out, like when it grows out, because my hair is dark. So when it grows out and stuff, it's a pain in the butt.
Yeah, before this blonde, I was like maroon red.
Really?
I get adventurous with my hair.
Yeah, it's good. That's my sister's like that.
But yeah, I had like super red hair, and then my blonde roots was coming in, and then we started traveling again and trying to find a good hairdresser. You know, whenever someone is used to doing your hair is so hard. So I had like roots down to here.
It's hard, and my hair grows pretty fast.
Yeah.
So
like, I just need to get back to my natural and leave it alone. Let it grow.
I know. Vitamins. Do you take any specific vitamins, or are you?
I just kind of take whatever. I take the Ollie brand right now.
Okay. I've never heard of it.
I know they got it at Target. It's OLLY.
Okay.
I take the multivitamin in that, and
Okay.
then I take a probiotic and the hair, skin, and nails.
I'm writing it down.
And I do take one of the bariatric kind of the B12, the little tablets that you like
Okay.
melt in your mouth. Um, so that's pretty much about what I take.
Okay. Yeah. Did you ever take one that made you sick?
Not made me sick, but just some of them are just awful tasting.
Yeah, I do like the bariatric advantage ones, like they're
Um,
specific for bariatric patients. And I do it's a big pill, but it dissolves in your mouth. And I try to change it to like the ones to swallow, because the ones that are big, it's kind of not nasty, but like it kind of gives you a bad breath, and like you have to, you know. So I wanted the ones to swallow, but it had iron in it and it made me throw up. And I was like,
oh
what
yeah, the
the
ones
heck?
with iron are horrible.
But they're made for bariatric patients. So why is that? I'm
I
confused.
think it's iron because I know, like, whenever I was pregnant with my son, I had to go on iron, and they would make just iron pills. Period would make me so sick.
Yeah, it was like immediate. And then I read the reviews and everyone on there was like, throwing up, throwing up, throwing up. And I'm like, if these are made, I mean, yeah, I don't know. It was weird. So I did it one time and I was like, I'm not doing this again.
Right. Yeah,
Whoa.
I still take the gummies. I've tried swallowing, but every vitamin I take that I swallow, I burp it all day. It's
Yeah.
horrible. I cannot stand
So
the,
all the ones you take are gummies.
yes, all gummies, except for the B12 that melts in your mouth. But
Okay.
everything else is gummies. So
Yeah.
that's almost, it's kind of almost like a snack by itself because there's so
Yeah.
many.
Yeah, I take the calcium with the bariatric advantage also, but I recently bought one from Target. I forget what it is, but it's also a gummy, and it's so much easier. And it's like, I don't know. We'll see. Because the bariatric advantage pills, they're expensive too, but they're worth it. And when I go and get my blood work and stuff, like everything comes back good. So I don't know. Like I kind of don't like to change things up if it's working. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
I need to go get blood work done just to check all them. I haven't done it in a while, so
yeah.
I need to go get that done so I can make sure I'm not low on.
When's the last time you've gotten it checked?
Probably last year or so.
And everything was fine. So that was like 2 years post-op.
Yeah. At one point, I used those patches. Have you seen? You've seen those?
Yeah. How long did you try that for?
For I mean, a good while because I have a hard time remembering to take my vitamins.
Yeah.
Really. So I found someone on one of the groups I was in talked about the patches, and I did those for a while, and I liked it because you could just put it on in the morning somewheres, and you take it off that night.
Okay.
But then there was two of them that you couldn't put on at the same time. I can't remember which ones they were, but I liked them. But you had to order them, and again, with us traveling,
Yeah, it didn't
getting
work
that
out.
stuff, yeah.
Are they pricey or are they pretty affordable?
You get like a bundle, and I think it's pretty well. I don't remember the price, but it's not that bad of prices for it.
Yeah.
You can fill it up based on what you are needing.
Yeah.
I think they may have had a bariatric like bundle
Okay.
of the stuff that usually
What's the company that does that? Do you know? Do you remember?
I think it's called Patch MD.
Okay. Yeah, because I mean, everyone's different. Some people might be able to do gummies, some might not be able to. You know what I mean? Like it really just depends.
Yeah, it's Patch MD, I believe is what it's called. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm ready to get down.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Okay. It's cool how there's so many different ways now of meeting your vitamins. You know what I mean? Like there's not really an excuse. And I fall off my vitamins sometimes. And it's really easy to do it. You know, I was really good in the beginning setting timers and stuff, really good. And but then life happens sometimes. You'll forget them.
Yeah. Yeah.
You feel different when you don't take them.
I really don't notice a bunch of a difference.
You don't? How long have you gone without taking vitamins? A while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been pretty bad at some point. Like there would be times where I would, feel weak or whatever, and my husband be on there, are you taking your vitamins? And I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, I am. And he's like, no, you're not, you're lying.
Yeah.
Or I've had to just put them on the counter right next to my toothbrush, so that way I see them. Because I usually kept them in the cabinet and out of sight, out of mind. I never would take them.
Yeah. I know, it's so easy to just not do it. It really is. But I feel super like weak and lightheaded and stuff when I don't take my vitamins. It's I don't know. And I feel it kind of like there's been like a week where I don't take it, like for a whole week, and I feel it like almost immediately.
Does it take very long to get the feeling back once you start taking them again?
Like a week.
And then you're back to normal.
Yeah.
Feeling.
That's why I try not to, but sometimes I don't know. It's, it's just life,
Yeah.
And I stay on top of my liquids and stuff, so I know that it's not that. Like, I remember how hard it was to get my liquids down in the beginning of this whole thing, and now it's not even a problem at all. How are you with your liquids? Are you pretty good about it?
I'm a lot better at it. Like in the beginning, it was a struggle,
Yeah.
Sip that much. They're like, 60 ounces of water, and like you're barely able to sip anything.
Oh my gosh, I remember that. Yeah.
And then for a while, plain water would make me so sick. So
oh yeah.
I had to, do the Powerade or the little
Me
crystal.
too. And even now, like honestly, the only time I crave water is when I work out, and I'm like, but other than that, like all the zero Gatorade, zero Powerades, all of like the little mixtures to my drink, that's what really helps me meet my goals of water. Because
right. Yeah, I'll go in phases where I'm like, I crave so much water, I can't get enough, and then other times it's like, oh, that tastes horrible, and I need flavor. I need something different.
Especially during the colder seasons, I feel like when it starts getting cold,
oh yeah,
I'm gonna go back to like teas and stuff, because that counts as liquid. Obviously, you just have to get creative, I think, on how to meet your goals. You know what I mean? Because I'm not gonna want to drink ice water when it's cold. I'm not. Someone had a good question. Are you treated differently now that you like you're at your weight by certain people or in general?
I don't know. I don't feel like I am. I mean, I've had negative comments about how much weight I have lost, and that hurt pretty bad. I've had a couple comments from actual family members, like really close family members, that just said how awful I look.
Are you serious?
And so that hurts.
Like now?
Yeah, like I hadn't seen this person since when I got it done. So I was at my heaviest, and then it was probably almost a year before I'd seen that person. And so whenever she seen me again, I was 100 pounds lighter.
Yeah.
And yeah, I look a lot different than what I used to. And she's like, oh my God, who are you? Like, you don't even look like yourself. You've lost way too much weight. And I'm like, well, I happen to think I look pretty good.
Yeah. And I feel amazing. Thank you very much.
Yeah, and that's what I told her. I was like, well, I feel great. Well, I'm glad you do, but that's not who I remember. And I'm like, well, yeah, I'm different. I'm not who you remember. Yeah. I'm a lot happier. And I think now, after being around me, because a lot of people have like, oh my God. And I've been in stores and people not recognize me. And they're like, oh my God, that's you. And I'm like, yeah. Mm-hmm. And, but after being around me a little bit more, they're like, okay, yeah, I see it now, and they aren't that bad on me.
Yeah, I don't know why I would never say that to someone. Even if I really felt that, I would never have the courage to say that to someone. Or
very outspoken, opinionated person.
Like it's just no. And I've had comments like that now too, that I'm too skinny, and I'm just like, okay, cool, like whatever, it is what it is. Right. But then it's like, you're too big, you're too unhealthy. Now it's like you're too skinny. So it's like you're never gonna make everyone happy. I've obviously noticed that.
Back then, whenever I was at my biggest, no one then told me, hey, you need to lose weight. You're too big. It's now you're too skinny. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm a lot healthier. I feel like I'll, will be around a whole lot longer at this weight than I was back then.
Exactly. What about like, have you ever had any comments where you're like eating something that's maybe not so healthy and someone kind of looks at you like, should you eat that?
Just my husband. He does
Because
that
I
all
get those comments too, and I'm just kind of like, by
the time.
certain
Your
people.
own business.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, just him. He makes little comments, and I'll be eating something, or I'll be eating chips or something. He'd be like, "Girl, you better watch some slider foods. It's gonna go straight to your butt." And I'm like,
Yeah.
"Oh."
So funny. This is a question that I have just because I want to have kids and stuff. How are you with your kiddos when it comes to their food and their food choices and stuff? How are you with them?
Well, I mean, we eat pretty healthy. I feel like. I mean, they still have the snack stuff, but we have kind of changed some of the eating ways. Trying to eat more fruit and that kind of stuff, but they do still eat Cheez-Its and all that, and that's when I like, grab some.
Oh, I love Cheez-Its.
Oh,
Oh my
it's
goodness.
bad.
It's so bad. They're so addicting.
But yeah, I mean, it's pretty good with them, I guess.
Yeah, I just always think about that because I don't want to be like to the extreme when I have kids too, where it's like you can never have fries, you can never have a burger. You know what I mean? Because like I started working at 15 and I worked at a lot of fast food restaurants, like just and that's when I really started eating bad. And my parents, I love my parents to death, and they would never, like, me and my sister both struggled with being overweight, and my parents, which is a good thing, they would never tell us about our weight. Like, we honestly are the most confident people, like even when I was at my heaviest weight. And it's because of how my parents raised us. Like, they were always like, you could do whatever you want, it doesn't matter. There's a lot of people that know me that are like, people didn't realize how big I was because I act the same. Like, the way that I act now is how I acted at 304, but I ate horrible. Like, I would eat horrible. I ate a lot, and that's how I gained all my weight, But I think about that when I have kids. Like, I don't want to be like crazy, but I also don't want them to be like, I don't want to be like, eat whatever you want, I feel like you have to find like a medium. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, no, they still have their snacks, but our main meals, I'm like, look, you're eating vegetables, here's good meat. Like, I don't hardly fry anything. Every now and then I'll do something fried. But yeah, they know what's healthy and not healthy. And we, say different stuff to them, like, you don't need to be eating all them snacks, that many. You've already had one. You're good. That's not very healthy to do, stuff like that. Let's get some fruit or something.
Yeah. It's crazy. Like, I feel like that should be taught more in school too. I mean, it should be the parents teaching them, but at school also, because I feel like 90% of kids have no idea what like calories and like protein and what I mean? They don't know that. So they see a small Cheez-Its bag, and a small Cheez-Its bag has a high amount of calories, and it's not going to fill you up. So what do? You grab another one and another one, and you end up eating 3. You know what I mean? So I feel like, I don't know. Yeah, because it's hard.
They're always asking stuff about like sugar and is this got a lot of sugar in it, or and then we'll look at it.
They're watching you. You know what I mean? Like, you're setting that example, that good example. But that's what I'm saying is, like, I don't want to be that person also where it's like
always taking the label. Like, oh, you can't have that.
Yeah, because then I feel like then it's gonna lead them to be like that, like, but like over the top. You know what I mean?
Too much to the extreme.
Yeah, like to the extreme. I don't think it should be like that, and I don't think a kid should focus so much on like, oh my God, am I allowed to eat that? You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. Does this fit into my
Because
calories?
it's overwhelming as an adult, and as a kid, it's like, oh my gosh. Yeah, and I was active too. Like, I played soccer and stuff when I was growing up, and I was still overweight though. I was still overweight because I still ate a lot, but I was very active. So I would think about, like, what if I wasn't active and I ate the way I ate? I would be so much bigger. Like, that's scary.
Yeah.
So scary. Are your kids in sports or no?
No, not really. We homeschool.
Oh, cool. Oh, yeah. Your videos.
Yeah. So they
Have
don't
you
really
always been homeschooled or recently?
son, he went to all the way up to 3rd grade, and then I took him out. And my girls have not ever been to public school. So
Okay.
this will be our 4th year homeschooling.
That's cool.
And then with traveling and stuff, we aren't able to do any sports, which my son, he's not like a sporty kind of kid anyways. My girls just, do the flips and stuff like that in the yard. So, I mean, they're active in their own kid way, but
yeah,
don't really do sports.
That's cool. Homeschooling is, I think about that when I have kids. I'm actually, I'm getting my master's right now to be a teacher, and I'm like, I think about that, like, I want to work in the public schools, but then I don't know if my kids, if I want them to go to public school. It's kind of like, ooh, I have little brothers, and my mom keeps bringing up homeschooling, especially with everything going on right now. My little brother is going to be going to middle school, and I don't know, he's not very excited about it. And especially right now with everything, she's just kind of like considering it, or maybe even like charter schools where it's like 2 days on, 3 days off, or the opposite. I don't know, something like that.
Yeah, it's weird right now with school starting.
I don't even know how it's gonna be. Yeah, let me see another question. Yeah, everyone, like, the questions that I got are the main things, like, how are you maintaining, how was your support for weight loss surgery, hair loss, vitamins, how are you treated now that you lost weight? She put, I hear it's a thing. It's definitely a thing. And this one said, how much did you lose your second, what did this say? The second semester? I'm assuming maybe like the second 6 months of your year. I don't know. But you said you met your goal really early, huh?
Yeah, I met my first goal like 5 months out, and then stopped losing before my 1 year mark.
Yeah, I was talking to Amy, her name's Amy, on my podcast, and she met her goal really early too. Like, she lost so much weight super early. And I think about people that are like really, really heavy, maybe like 400 pounds or whatever, because like that first year, it's like when you're dropping your weight, and then the year comes and it kind of like slows down.
Yeah.
So think about like someone at 400 pounds that loses 150 in the first year. They still have a ways to go,
more to go
to be healthy. So I wonder how it works for someone like that. And I would love to have someone like that on my podcast, because I feel like, that's a whole other thing, because it's constant. With us, it's constant. Now we have to maintain and, all of that. But with them, it's like they still have to lose weight.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a whole lot different than what I have.
Yeah, you can only get the surgery one time, so it's kind of like, it's still really, really keeping up with everything. Because my weight slowed down towards the end, it did, but the whole time I was losing. And I know there's a lot of people that go through stalls, like long stalls during the year.
I never really had any stalls.
I didn't either.
And I heard people say, oh, you get like that 2-week stall or something, like directly after surgery. But 2 months in, I think I'd already lost 50 pounds.
Yeah.
And then my gallbladder, and I'm sure I lost probably at least 20 that month.
Yeah.
So the majority, that's how I pretty much got to my goal weight that soon. But other than that, I never really stalled, I don't think.
Yeah. And again, I feel like obviously everyone's different, everyone's body's different. So I've met so many people that are like doing the exact same things that I was doing, and I was dropping 5 pounds a week and they weren't dropping 0. Yeah. And I can imagine how frustrating that is when you're doing everything right and it's not moving,
Yeah, that's what I get messages from different friends that get it done, have it done, and they're like, this is what I'm doing and it's not moving, or, what do you do? How are you eating? And I'm like, well, look, I can tell you what I do, but your body may not, react the same way mine does. I can give you some advice and you can try it and you can just see how it works. Yeah. And I mean, that's what I just tell them, like, it will come off. I mean, it has to. Your stomach is a whole lot smaller than what it used to be. Like, you're not able to eat near as much food. So you are going to lose it at some point. Just be patient.
Yeah, exactly. Be patient and, and do the right things. Even like not drinking your liquids, man, that will stall you,
Yeah, you'll hold on to the weight big time, not drinking.
Because I know, like, there's a lot of people that are like, well, I'm only drinking 30 ounces. First of all, how do you feel like you're not, how do you, like, you don't feel like you're going to faint, you know? Because I know I do. And then
Yeah.
second of all, your weight, I mean, losing weight has a lot to do with how much water you're drinking. It just does. And your sleep. I know when people ask me, I start asking them 10,000 questions. And I'm like, sorry to be annoying, but like, how many hours are you sleeping? Are you drinking water? Like, you know, are you focusing on your protein? How many times a day do you eat? That's another question. How many times a day do you eat? Do you snack or how do you?
I do. Well, really, I don't. Sometimes I do breakfast. I'm a coffee drinker, so most of the time I just drink coffee in the morning.
Okay.
But lunch and supper are my big main meals, and then I might have a snack or two in between those.
Okay.
But that's about how I do
You
it.
don't really track your calories and stuff, huh?
No, not
Do you
really.
have an idea of how many calories you think you're eating now? No?
No. I
Yeah.
need to do it.
But you do measure, like you said, you know how to like measure out what you're eating.
Yeah, I've gotten used to knowing how much my stomach will fit, and I put that much on my plate. I need to do the calories just to see. I haven't ever really tracked it. I've not.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I don't feel like you really need to. I mean, you're maintaining your
Well,
weight.
just for curiosity, because I have had people like, how many calories are
People ask me that all the time, and I don't really track. And sometimes I think maybe I should track. You know what I mean?
Yes, I mean, I keep more count of my carb intake
Okay.
than I do my calories, because that was my doctor. Said this is your stopping point on carbs. Try
And
not.
what is that? What is that a day?
It was, I think, 30 grams of carbs a day, for him, I believe, 30 to 40. I want to say.
Do you think you're meeting that right now, or do you think you go above?
No, I think I meet that pretty well, or sometimes.
And the reason I ask is because I never focus on my carbs. So I know a lot of people
punches like the protein bars, like the Think
they're
bar.
high in them sometimes, huh?
They are, but
what's that one?
My doctor told me like you can subtract the fiber from the carb count, and you like count the net carbs. So in that 30 grams of carbs per day is 30 grams of net carbs, because your body needs the fiber.
Okay.
So said, subtract your fiber, count your net carbs for your daily intake. So, but still, some things, and even like
that one. That's
24.
the lemon one. 24?
Yeah, 24.
Oh my God. See, that one's so good.
Yeah, there's no fiber in this. So 24 carbs, which I haven't even ate all half of it, I don't think.
Yeah, see, but that I would eat. And that's what I'm saying. I don't focus on my carbs, but like a protein bar, I know that I can only have one a day. I mean, I love protein bars.
Yeah.
I
think I seen you with the Think bars on one of your videos, and I was
that one is so good.
Oh my God, it is so good.
You know, they have Think Thin, and they're only 150 calories.
Yeah, that's like the little wafer ones.
No. It's the Think brand, but it's called Think Thin. So it's probably half the size of that, but it's thinner. But they don't have all the flavors. I know they have like a s'mores, which is pretty good. And they have a couple other ones, but it's 150 calories instead of that one's like how much is that one? It's pretty high.
230.
Yeah. Versus so it's 150. I don't know the carbs and stuff, but it is the same brand. But the ones that I'm obsessed with right now are the Power Crunch bars. Have you had?
Yes, the Power Crunch are so good.
Those are so good.
I think it's a chocolate peanut butter kind or something. I think I have, and I love it. There's a chocolate mint too. I found a bunch of singles and got a bunch of them just to try to see which ones I like.
I love the vanilla one, the vanilla Power Crunch bar. You don't like it? Oh my gosh, that's my favorite. No, but
I'm not big on vanilla, I guess. I like more chocolate and peanut butter.
The chocolate mint one is delicious. And I like how you can go to the store and right now they're pretty popular. So a lot of the grocery stores that I've gone to, they have them all like out. So I just grab like one each.
Yeah, the little individual ones.
Yeah, because at Sam's Club, they have the box, but it's only vanilla and chocolate, which they're good. They are good, but I like the ones that are mixed too.
Yeah.
Because the Think bar was my go-to for a long time.
Think bars? Yes, I love these now. And the lemon is my favorite.
Delicious, isn't it?
Yes, it is so much.
So good.
I found though they got kid think bars too, and so I grabbed a couple boxes of those for my kids to try, and they love them. So they was like, "These are healthy," and I'm like,
Wait,
"Yeah."
what was the flavor? Because I think I have some downstairs.
Birthday cake, I believe, is one of them.
You know where I found them? And I was like, what the heck? When I went to Ross.
Oh, really?
I went to Ross. And, you know, I don't really like to buy the snacks when you're, like, paying because sometimes they're, like, old.
Right.
My grandma told me one time she got, like, I don't know, some random chips or something. She's like, they're old there. Never buy them. But I saw the kids' ones, and I wanted to try them. And they're really, I think it was, like, cookie something. Sugar cookie.
Yeah. I think the ones that
I
I
don't
have, birthday cake and chocolate chip cookie or
They're
chocolate chip
good.
or something like that. And they love them. I was like, well, yeah, y'all can eat these instead of like a fudge round.
Yeah, they're good. They're really, really good. I know. And when I eat protein bars, honestly, like if I'm craving, I'm not big on chocolate, but if I'm craving a chocolate bar or something and I have a protein bar, it's like same to me.
Right. Yeah.
You know, it's so, yeah, those bars are really good. Have you tried the, are you big on ice cream? Have you tried the Halo Top ice cream?
Yes, I love Halo Top.
What about the Yazzo? Y-A. Oh my gosh. I was huge on Halo Top, huge. And then the Yazzo one, so it's like a bar. They're like 100 calories and they're amazing.
I'm gonna have to write that down.
What's your favorite ice cream?
Of the Halo Top?
No, like what's your favorite ice cream flavor?
Chocolate chip cookie dough.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so yeah, Yazzo has a chocolate chip cookie dough. It's my favorite one. And it's so good. I think they're 100 calories.
It's a bar?
Yeah. And what you can do, because only certain stores, they have so many flavors, but only certain stores carry certain flavors. So if you go to their website and you put your zip code, it will show you what stores have which ones.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're so good. I remember trying them. Someone told me to try them. I don't remember. But I kind of stopped eating Halo Top and I went to Yazzo because they're delicious. My husband loves them. They have like a salted caramel one that he's obsessed with.
Yeah, I like the Halo Top. I used to keep some in my freezer just for at night. If I want something sweet, I would just go and just get one spoon.
Yeah.
And that was good. That was all I wanted. It satisfied that ice cream craving I had. But yeah, I'll have to try those. Hopefully our store around here has those.
I think so.
I've never heard of them.
Really? No, yeah, I know. And the other day I ordered on Instacart some food and I put Yazzo, but they didn't have it. So they brought me another one. It was like another low carb or low calorie ice cream. And it was pretty good, but I can't remember the name now. I don't remember. I was annoyed because I saw it and I was like, wait, this isn't the Yazzo that I wanted. It was something else. But then I was like, let me try it. And it was fine. So it was good. But yeah, so those are pretty much all of the questions. I mean, we did talk about a lot. Is there anything else that you want to add? Any tips, anything that you want to, oh my gosh, my sister-in-law's hearing me. It's Enlightened ice cream. She's next door.
Oh, I think I've heard of that one.
She texted me. Yeah, so the Enlightened one is the one that we got. And we were like, oh, it's pretty good. And then we went to the store the next day and I don't know, I forgot and I got Yazzo again.
No, well, I don't know. I guess it's just my tip. Stay hydrated. And also on the stalls, my doctor said to try to look at your stall as a way and a chance for your skin to catch up.
Oh, okay.
You drop your weight so fast, your skin just falls.
Mm-hmm.
So he was like, if you stall, just be patient. Think of it as your skin is, trying to catch up with your body losing the weight, and maybe, your skin will be in better shape.
I know. It's tough, man. Like, I think about that with me, and it's like, my arms, I mean, they're loose, but I would not get surgery on them. I think I would only do
I got that little bit.
Yeah, it's kind of like whatever. My arms were already small to begin with. Like, I always had smaller arms and legs. I carried a lot of my weight on my, stomach. Yeah. So obviously I knew I was going to have loose skin. But my arms, I don't think I would do. I don't want to go through a lot of surgeries.
Yeah. I've had a consultation for plastic surgery. Yeah, my doctor at the reunion, he had his plastic surgeon that is over in Mexico
Okay.
come and do a seminar, and he did consultations to see what I would need and everything. And I don't know, it's a lot, because he was going to like do a whole lower body lift, so like pick up your whole butt and pull your stomach and like 360 scar all the way around, and then get my chest fixed and all that.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I mean, one day maybe, but
yeah,
it ain't nothing where I'm like dying to do it right now.
it's a lot, but if someone wants to do it, then go ahead. And people are going to tell you like, no, don't do this,
do what I want.
Your life, do whatever. But yeah, well, thank you for being on my podcast. Oh my God, I'm gonna start coughing.
Rest your voice.
Gosh, I know. Well, thank you. And you don't want to add anything else?
I don't know.
No? Okay, well, thank you. It will be up next Tuesday.
Okay. All right. Thank you. I hope you feel better.
Thank you guys so much for watching. As you can tell, I am a little bit sick, so sorry about that. But anyways, if you haven't yet, please subscribe. Please like this video. Please comment down below. Let me know what you guys think, and share it with someone that you think would benefit from this. Thank you guys so much, and have a beautiful rest of your week. Bye.